I want to draft a basic body. That is what I want to draft now, but I want to show you the measurement. Our measurement is bust 36. If you want to sew a stretchy material, ready to wear stretchy material, remove 2 inches from the initial measurement. Sometimes if the material is stretching, overstretching, like the stretching is too much, you can even remove 3 inches. But when the material is stretching normal, remove 2 inches. Note, you can cut this thing that I want to draft here on your material, but I want you to understand perfectly well. That's why I want to draft it here. So the bust we have now is 36. That's the initial bust. So 36, if I remove 2, it will be 34. So now her waist measurement is 30. If I remove 2, we have 28. So you are removing from just bust and waist, and assuming it's a dress, you remove 2 inches from the hip too. But this is a top that we are sewing, so we need only bust and waist. So we are removing 2 inches from the initial measurement. So my former bust was 36, now 34. My former waist was 30, now 28. Do you understand to this level? Thank you. So now I folded this paper into 2. Why? I want to cut my front and back the same time. That's why I folded this into 2. So now the first thing you do is to measure shoulder. The shoulder of my client is 16, but I'm going to use 7.5, which will give me 15. 7.5 will give me 15. That's what I want, because for ready to wear, I don't want to use her normal shoulder. I want to remove 1/2 inch at least, so that it will snatch more. So that's what I'm doing. I use 7.5 here. So from here, I will come down by 7.5. Mark it here. So now I want to get a straight line here. I will just do it like this. You can actually measure it in a way you can get it well. So I just want to take this 4 corner. I want to extend it. So this is what we have. From this corner that we have, this 4 corner point, so I'm going to measure 1. I mark it like this. 1 inch is okay. Don't mark more than 1. Just take this ruler straight. Let it be straight forward. Straight like this, the way you're seeing it. You connect it. Make sure that this your ruler is touching the 1 inch that you have, and this is the 1 inch here. So we just curve it to enter whatever place you want. Okay, this is our armhole we have. So you see this shoulder, don't leave it like this. Be it ready to wear stretching or no stretching, please. Your shoulders, your shoulder must have a shoulder slope. You slope it like this. Just remove small like this. It's okay. Just remove small. As far as you don't leave it the same way, just reduce it. So now the next thing you do now is the neck. The neck of this one, the tutorial that we are doing now, the neck is actually wide. It has a way it is. So I just take 4 inches here. This is my 4 inches. This is the measurement for this style. So now from here, I will take the neck 7 inches. That's it. You see it? I mark my 7. So now I want the wideness of this place. I want it to be useful. I mark it. This is where my 4 ends here. 4. So I'll just take this line straight from here. Take it straight. This is it. Then I'll connect this to this. So this is my neck. I have my neck here already. It's 4 inches I use from here to here. 4 inches. Don't forget, 4 inches. So now with that, the next thing I'm going to consider now, place this my tape rule from the beginning of the neck like this. Please note from the beginning. Then I'll measure my shoulder to under bust. The shoulder to under bust of my client is what I'm going to measure now. Shoulder to under bust, and her shoulder to under bust is 15. Mark the 15. Don't add to it, just mark the 15 straight. This 15 here. So carry your ruler to get this straight. You have it here now. So now the next thing you do now is, from this place, you obviously measure your client where your client wants the top to reach. So where my client wants this top to reach is 18.5. That's what I measured in her body. 18.5 is the length that I measured in her body. So I'll just make it 19 instead. so just ½ inch to sew it. So I get my 19, then I take it straight also. This is the length of the blouse that I'm measuring now. Please take your time and measure all these lines correctly. So this is what we have. So we have our basic body. Now for the back neck, you know I told you I'm cutting back and front. So I'll just come down by 1 inch, just like this. So I connect this just to get my back neck. Just connect it like this. So this is what I have. So the next thing I have to do now is to measure the bust. What's the bust of my clients? The bust we are working with now is 34. You know I told you 36 is the initial one. So we have removed 2 inches. So it's 34 we are working with. 34. What will 34 give us? 8 plus 8, 16. 16 plus 16, 32. So 34 will give us 8.5. 8.5. 34 will give us 8.5. So I mark my 8.5 like this. Then the waist. The waist, what we have is 28, because our initial waist is 30. Now I'm using 28. So I'll just take it down. Please don't take it to this place. First line, no, the last line. 28 will give us 7. Mark the 7 like this here. So connect all of them together straight like this. Straight. There is nothing. Just connect it straight the way you're looking at it like this. Connect it straight like this. This is all we have after connecting straight. So now, because we have reduced this measurement here, just measure your shoulder again. 7.5. See, you bring it downward again because we are no longer using our former one because of the measurement. So you just also bring the new one down. So this is the new one we have now. This is where it's in. So just bring it down. So you can actually just bring it down yourself. So now this is what we have. So I'm going to cut it off. First thing I'm going to start with is the neck. I'm going to cut this off. Then I'm going to cut this too off. And I'm going to cut this. Then I'm going to cut this. So now I'm going to remove one. I'm going to remove one because that's our back. Then I'll cut this. So these are our back and these are our front. So now for this front, this is what we're going to be manipulating. For here, measure 2 inches from the beginning of this neck. Let me remove the back. From the beginning of this one, neck here, measure 2 inches, mark it straight like this. 2 inches, mark it straight. From here, measure 2 inches. Then carry your ruler and take it straight. 2 inches, please. Take it straight. This is what we have. That's the first line we have. The second is to just do like this. From here. From here. Okay, let me give you measurement so you know where to start from. From here, 2.5. Start from 2.5. From 2.5, just start like this and bring your neck down like this. Not too much, just down small, just like that. What we have here is 1 inch. Just from here, 1 inch come down. From here, measure 3. Measure 3 from here, so you know where to come out from. Then from here, 1 inch. That's what we have. So you come like that. So from this down part, according to the style we have, this down part also have curve. So you come here, but don't curve it too much, so your client's breast can be covered. Because you know, even though they ask us to do something, we have to use our brain. So I don't want my client's bust to be too exposed. So I'll just come like this. Although the one in the picture was more exposed, they came down very well. But this one just come down small. Because you don't do it too much sometimes. So this is it. This is what I have now. So now, let me do it now so you see it. So the first thing I'll do now is to first cut this. Our 2. I cut it. Then the next thing I will do now is to cut this shape out. This is what I have. So the next thing now is to cut this shape out. So the next thing I will do now is to cut this one away totally. So this is what we have. This is obviously the top. So now 1, 2, and 3. For the back, the only thing you should do to the back is to reduce it. Reduce it, just reduce it. Here should be small, 1/2 inch from beginning, 1/2 inch here. But you see here, let it be 1 inch. 1 inch or 1.5, 1 inch. Just let it pass 1 inch a little. I don't want the back to be too long because you know back does not have breasts. So that's why I'm reducing this. Please don't forget, reduce it. It's very important. 1/2 inch from this side, then 1 inch from here. Just reduce it so that it will not be too, the back will not be too long for her. That's why I'm reducing it, because after I sew all these things in all the places, it will be smaller than this. So when you place it on it, you will know what to do then. So this is what I have. This is the pattern for this dress. So now I'm going to cut it. These are my patterns. I want to cut them. So I just folded this into 2, just like this. And this material is stretchy. It's a very stretchy material. So we place it like this. This is the back. Now for the back, we need 2 for the back. Like we want to double it, but we'll first cut 1 first, then we'll know how to do the rest. So now, like I told you, I said apart from the back, the whole front will be doubled. That means we are cutting double for the front. So now let me try and cut another one now. After cutting that first one, I'm going to cut another one. So now I'm done cutting them. This is the back, except for the back that is 1. The others are 2. This one is 2. 1, 2. This one is 1, 2. While the band at the down is 1, 2. We have a reason for doubling it. When I'm sewing it, you will know. Now for the sleeve, I'm going to look for a suitable place for me for the sleeve. You've gotten what you want. The same thing we've done to the top, you will do to the sleeve too. I don't want to start drawing pattern for the sleeve because normally I'm not a pattern person. So I just wanted to use that first pattern to explain better. So now for the sleeve, you just fold your fabric, anything you have, depending on how stretchy the material is. Anything you have, you reduce 1.5, 2 inches, depending on how stretchy the material is. First thing I will do now is to measure the length of her sleeve. The length of her sleeve. So now I'm looking for 23 as the length of the sleeve. my 23 ends here, so I'll just mark it straight. So now from here, from this beginning, I'm going to take 5 inches down, and this is my 5 inches here. I mark it. So now you will try and connect from here now to this place. You connect it together. No matter how your sleeve is, as far as the material is stretching, you have no problem. So this is it. Let me cut here out. So now this is what we have. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to measure the round sleeve. Here, if I want to use a normal measurement, I'll be using 8.5 for a normal measurement. That's a normal measurement. But for this stretching fabric, I'm going to be using 7.5. So I'll mark it here. So you see this place, I'm going to be using 5, and my 5 is here. So I'm just going to connect this from here straight. So this sleeve is supposed to be smaller than the normal measurement because this one is stretching. So that's the idea. That's what I've done now. So that's what we have. This is the sleeve. Looking pretty. This is it. We are done. So now this is what I've cut already before. I'm just going to do like this. Open it. Open the second one. And I'm going to place it on top just like this. I'll make it equal. And you can choose to pin it around. But I do not pin my clothes most times. But you can choose to pin them. So when you pin them, whatever way you want to do it, then you sew this neck 4 corners. After sewing this neck, the next thing to do is to sew this down part straight. So you sew the neck and you sew the down part. Now I'm done sewing it. This is what I have. I'm just going to notch the side. This other side, I notch it. That's all. Then you can bring it out. So now after bringing it out, this is what you have. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to carry the front, these other ones. I'm going to go and sew it. Place this one on top. And I'll sew like this. And I'll sew like this. This is the down part. I'm going to open it also like this. I'm going to put this on top. And I'm going to sew the up and sew the down. That is it. So now I'm done sewing it. This is what I have. This is the down part. This is what I have. So I'm just going to notch the middle part so I can bring it out. Then I notch the middle part. So that's what I have. So I'm going to bring it out. You can iron it if you can access iron immediately. That's the best. You iron it. So now I'm done ironing. This is what I have. You iron them. This is what I have. I have the first one at the upper part, just like this. And I have the last one at the down, just like this. They're already staying perfectly well as we want it. This is it. So now it's time to work with the back. So this is the back. You are going to cut a small strap that can help you to pipe the neck behind, like this neck. I want to cut a strap that can help me to sew it, that I will use to turn it. So just get a normal straight strap and use it. So I want to cut it so that it will be straight because it's not straight like this. 1 inch. It should not be bigger than 1 inch. 1 inch is okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this fabric to my machine. I'm just going to place it like this, and I'm going to sew it around like this. So now I'm done sewing it. This is what we have. So I'll just kind of cut the excess, but don't cut it like the end of where you sew it to reach. No, just give a space. Cut it. So now normally, as we know, we are fashion designers, so we know we are going to notch the neck normally. So you notch it. So when you notch it, this is what we have. So you are going to bring this to the front like this. You are going to turn this, fold this inside, and you sew it. Same thing you do to all of them, just like this. You just do it like this, sew it, just do it like this, you sew it round. That's what I'm going to do. I want to use this one to pipe it to cover the stitch. So that's what I'm going to do now. But make sure that all these things that you are sewing, make sure as you are sewing it, because see this neck now, if I want to stretch it, this is it. You do not hear any thread break. It will not break, because why? When I was sewing it, I was stretching the front, I was stretching the back. So you stretch it while you're sewing it. This is it. After turning it, this is what we have. Look at it. So now I'm going to turn it like this now. I'm going to place this, because this is our front and this is our back. So I'm going to place the first one here at the neck part. Place it like this. I'm going to place it just like this, as I say. Don't mind this area, I will leave it like that. So just place it like this. Place it conveniently, just like this. This is what we have. So I'm just going to use this one to fold this one in, just like this. Then I'm going to sew it, the shoulders. I'll sew them straight. Same thing I will do with the other side. So now I'm done. This is what I have. This is what I have. The idea of using one to wrap one is for both inside and outside to be neat. So that's why. This is it. I've joined the shoulder. Don't join the shoulder straight directly. It will not be fine. Don't do that. So now, at this moment, you are just going to arrange your cloth like this and fold it like this, because you want to try to make sure that the shoulders are equal, the armhole is straight properly, it's curved properly. You can just, sometimes you can sew it and see that they are all equal and okay, so there'll be no need for you to do this. But if yours they are not equal, don't be panicking, just make them equal, just like what I did now. So now they are equal now. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to take the sleeve. I'm going to take the sleeve, I'm going to fold it into two like this. As I'm folding, I'm stretching. I'm going to do it. After doing that, I will just start from the middle of the sleeve and I'll sew it to the sleeve, to the armhole. Sorry, I'll sew it to the armhole. So now this is what we have. I'm going to place it like this. You pin the armhole together. You pin the armhole together. So you arrange it. This is based on arrangement. Then you place this too at the down part. So now I'm just going to arrange it. Make sure that this one and this one, they are touching each other. They are all touching each other. Please don't give space. That's the biggest mistake you would ever make. Don't give space. So now I'm going to arrange it like this. Then I would pin it. Then after pinning it, then I'll sew from here. I'll sew from beginning down. I'll sew from the hand down. That's it. So now I'm done. I'm done sewing it. This is what I have. I'm just going to carefully cut the excess, because if your material is stretching, like very, very stretchy, you will have excess, because stretchy material, the more you even sew it, as you're sewing it, it stretches more, you understand? So I'm just going to trim every excess. This top you're looking at now is going to size in size 10. It's going to size in size 12. So that's how it is, because it's stretchy. You know, like I told you, I said make sure that you don't give it space in between these lines. Do not give it space, because if you do not give a space, you will definitely have something remaining from the down like this. Something remaining from the down. Yes, it's totally normal. So something will be remaining from the down like this. So this is the one we are going to carry now. Take. We are going to do it like this. Fold it like this, and you fold it. So it will be equal. The size will be equal. That's what we are going to be folding. Fold the back into two now. Fold the back into two. As I'm sewing, you're stretching, please don't forget. Then this one too, you bring it like this, then you bring it like this. So I want to go and fold it so that. So now after folding, this is how the back looks, and this is how the front looks. Trust me, this is top notch. Like, this is neat, like very, very neat. Like, I'm going to weave this side now. If you're able to sew it neatly like this, nobody will suspect that this top is made like ready to wear like this. They will not believe, because they believe you cannot perfectly sew a stretchy fabric like this. But me, I sew it perfectly because of my needle. If you have the right tools to sew stretchy fabrics, you'll be able to sew it like a pro. So this is what I have. Even most times, you can choose to bring this and this, overlap it a little, depending on how your client wants this place to be exposed, this place to be exposed. If your client is somebody that does not want this place to be too exposed, you say, please, oh, I don't want exactly the way it is in my picture. I want it my own to cover a little. When you are sewing this place, overlap it. Overlap it. So what will be opened here will be just small. Here you overlap it. Here you overlap it. So what will be opening at this place will be little. So that is how to make this beautiful top. I hope you've learned something today.